Well, what would your advice be to the Speaker of the Michigan House, Jase Bolger? You said earlier you weren't sure he was running the House very well. What would you suggest that he do differently?
Adolf Bolger, you mean? He's really become very arrogant, and he's thrown his weight around up there, and I think he's embarrassing himself. I don't think, if he thinks he's going to be a candidate for governor, he better learn how to control his temper. He better learn how to work with the consensus within his own party. And I think sometimes Adolf steps a little bit to the fringe, and he's embarrassing himself. He's not, in my mind, going to be a candidate for governor.
Those are strong
I wanted
words.
him to be strong. You know what happened yesterday at the hearing? When we had the hearing up in front of the insurance committee, it was Bolger and Lund seeking, quote, some sort of a childish retaliation, and wouldn't let my office testify. I had 11 pages of testimony. I think I filed it. You guys probably have seen it. But they wouldn't let Jerry Poisson testify. And it was sort of like a smirk, like saying, you sit there all day, hearing's over, my guy never got called upon. And it was a message. You know, 'cause I had debated Lund the week before, and I got a couple calls from people in Lansing thought, oh, you're really tough on him. It was a debate, for God's sake. You're going to do your best.
Well, is that just a personality thing with leadership, or is there a systematic problem there with who's running Lansing?
Well, I don't think it's systemic to the Republican Party. I just think it's the personality of the individual. We've had some great leaders up here, and we've had some...
I'm going to guess you're going to get a phone call on the Adolf Bolger comment. and when you do, from him or one of his people, you will say...
Mr. Bolger? No, I don't. Look.
Well, isn't that a little over the top?
Yeah, I want it to be. I think what they did yesterday was childish, and not letting my office testify. So they're using their authority and their power as speaker, or in Lund's case, chairman of the committee, to screen out anybody who might disagree with them. That's not the kind of tolerance I thought my party represented.
How do you really feel about this? Do you think he's a good speaker?
No. Next question.
Was he a good speaker and turned bad?
I just think there is some of my friends who've taken to the bench, as judges. Over time, we call it the black robe disease. They start to develop a certain attitude, and they don't put their pants on in the morning the same way we do. Well, I think you sit there in that role as speaker, there's a temptation that you're going to be a little bit bigger and better than the rest of them. And maybe Mr. Bolger is suffering from what you call the black robe disease, but in a legislative sense.